Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Rocco and Brandy. And what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Rocco's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded in her right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we use is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Rocco and Amber are both going to come home with their very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that equipment properly during your follow-up training session on Sunday. Now, Rocco's sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is heeling. Heeling, if you remember, is proper leash walking, and the command is Rocco heel. Now, at that point, Rocco has a job to do, and that job is to stay even with Brandy's left leg when she's walking, and to sit automatically every time she stops her feet. She can speed up or slow down, and he should stay with her. And when she stops walking, he sits automatically. So if you want to walk at a faster pace for exercise, he should do the same. And if you want to slow it down and have a leisurely walk, he should stay right with you. And heeling actually is harder when you're walking slowly. The dog stays more focused when you're walking quickly, and then a nice automatic sit. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we do not use the dog's name. Brandy's going to use her left open palm, give him the stay command, and walk out and face him. Now, you're going to lengthen out your sit-stays and your down-stays because these commands help to develop self-control and maturity. When Brandy returns back to Rocco, she walks all the way around him, returning all the way back around to heel position, and he is not supposed to get up. He's supposed to let her get back to him. If you want to heel him out of that, Brandy, we'll do that again just to show it the way it's supposed to be. So when he's in a sit and you leave him in a stay, he should hold that stay, and you're going to lengthen out the amount of time, because again, this develops his self-control and focus. And then when Brandy returns back to him, the faster you get back to him, the better. There you go. And he held it, and he should have held it, and that's the right way, the way it should look. You should end up back at heel position where you started, and they're going to take off heeling again. And Rocco's a stellar heeler. He likes to walk with you. He stays at your pace. He sits automatically when you stop walking. He's very focused. He's a cool guy. Brandy's going to leave him in another sit-stay. She's going to turn to face him, and then we let him hold it because we want to teach him that you can just sit and be still. And I want you to practice these exercises indoors as well as outdoors. This time, Brandy's going to call him. So this is the come on command. Say, Rocco, come, happy voice. He should come right in front and sit facing your knees. He should not jump on you. And then he goes back to heel. And they take off heeling again, and we'll demonstrate that recall again for you. He's a tough little guy, I tell you. He's got a lot of spunk. Brandy leaves him in a sit-stay. She uses his name, and calls him into her. Perfect. Look at that. What a good boy. Then he goes back to heel. Now the next exercises that we're going to be demonstrating for you are not Rocco's favorite. He can be very stubborn and hard-headed. The first one that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, give the one-word command to down and stay, and then you walk away from the dog and turn to face him. Your long down stays are going to be easier for him to hold. Most dogs, especially if you're working in the house, love to lay down. So once he gets the idea of what the command means, he actually does it very well. When Brandy returns back to him, she walks all the way around him just as she did on the sit stay. Yeah, and ends up back at heel position, and then she's going to heel him out of that, and we're going to show it to you again. Small dogs are notorious for being more difficult to train because they're not bred to be obedience dogs, but he's doing a great job. Again, Brandy's going to use her left open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down. Perfect. That's very, very good. Now I can see with Rocco him trying to take advantage in the beginning and not wanting to do the down for you, so make sure on Sunday before you leave here that he's doing it for you. Brandy's going to call him out of this exercise. Rocco comes in, sits, goes back to heel. And the very last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. So you're going to leave the dog in a sit-stay, and you're going to turn to face him. Now, he's not really looking at her, so we'll see how this goes. But she's going to use her right hand to give the command and tell him to down. Yeah, just take a step in. There you go. He knows the down commands, but it tends to be if there's a command that he's not going to do or he's going to test you with, it's going to be that down. Now, we've demonstrated for you all of Rocco's formal obedience training. Brandy, you can go back to him and just love him up. He's done a great job here at school. We're going to have a lot of information for you about housebreaking and scheduling and all of the great things that these kids have learned while they've been here. He's done a great job, and we'll be back in a few minutes with your other kid.